Hidden away in the Museo del Prado in Madrid, Spain, there is a painting that has captured the imagination of viewers for centuries. Its vivid colors, intricate details, and mysterious symbolism have inspired countless interpretations and discussions among scholars and art lovers. I'm talking, of course, about the Garden of the Three Delights by Hieronymus Bosch, one of the most famous and enigmatic paintings of the Renaissance era. In this video, we'll explore the secrets and symbolism of this fascinating artwork, as well as its legacy and cultural impact. Hieronymus Bosch was a Dutch painter born around 1450 in the town of 's-Hertogenbosch, in what is now the Netherlands. Bosch was part of a family of artists and was trained in his father's workshop, where he learned the techniques of painting and drawing. His paintings often feature fantastical and surreal imagery, with hybrid creatures, bizarre landscapes, and scenes of sin and judgment. Bosch's work was highly regarded during his lifetime, and he received commissions from wealthy patrons in the Netherlands and beyond. Some of his most famous works include the Garden of the Three Delights, the Temptation of Saint Anthony, and the Hay Wain. Despite his success, very little is known about Bosch's personal life. He was a member of a religious sect known as the Brotherhood of Our Lady, and his paintings often include references to Christian morality and religious symbolism. Bosch died in 's-Hertogenbosch in 1516, and his legacy has continued to influence artists and cultural figures throughout the centuries. His work has been interpreted in various ways, from a warning against sin and temptation to a celebration of the human imagination and the power of art. The Garden of the Three Delights is one of the most famous triptych painting by Bosch, created around the year 1500. The painting is widely regarded as one of the artist's masterpieces and is known for its surreal and fantastical imagery. The painting reflects the religious and cultural context of Bosch's time. During the Renaissance periods, there was a growing interest in exploring human desires and the nature of sin. The concept of a three delights was often associated with sinful or forbidden pleasures, and many religious leaders warned against the dangers of giving in to temptation. Overall, the Garden of the Three Delights is a rich and complex work of art that reflects the cultural, religious, and artistic context of Bosch's time. Its enduring popularity and influence can be attributed to its compelling imagery and its ability to provoke thought and discussion about the nature of human desire and the dangers of sin. The Garden of the Three Delights is a triptych painting, meaning it consists of 3 panels that are hinged together and can be closed like a book. Each panel has a different image and theme, which together tell a larger story. Left panel. The left panel of the Garden of the Three Delights portrays a scene from the Garden of Eden in which God presents Eve to Adam. The painting is widely interpreted as the moment when the first man and woman come together in marriage. In the image, Adam is shown waking from a deep sleep, while God, who appears younger and more vibrant, holds Eve by her wrist and blesses their union. Notably, God is depicted with blue eyes and golden curls, and his youthful appearance may be an artistic device intended to represent the concept of Christ as the embodiment of the Word of God. The left panel is a rich and complex composition with a multitude of elements, both natural and fantastical. The landscape is populated with hut-shaped forms that are a mix of organic and inorganic materials, including stone and vegetation. Rabbits, which symbolize fecundity, play in the grass behind Eve, while a dragon tree, a symbol of eternal life, stands opposite. The background reveals several exotic animals, such as a giraffe, a monkey riding an elephant, and a lion preparing to devour its prey. In the foreground, a large hole in the ground serves as a portal from which a variety of birds and winged animals emerge, some of which are realistic, while others are fantastical. Behind the fish, a humanoid figure wearing a shirt-sleeved hooded jacket and its beak holds an open book as if in the act of reading. Central panel. The central panel of the triptych depicts a surreal and fantastical garden filled with a wide range of human, animal, and mythological figures engaged in various activities. The scene is full of vibrant color and intricate detail, and there are many possible interpretations of the various figures and activities depicted. The center panel of the triptych shares the same skyline with the left panel and features a similar central pool and lake in the background, implying a connection between the two scenes. This panel is where the expansive garden, from which the triptych takes its name, is depicted. The garden is not a depiction of the paradise scene from the left panel, or is it based on any terrestrial landscape. Numerous human figures enjoying sensory pleasures, others playing conspicuously in the water, and some frolicking in meadows with animals, as though at one with nature. In the background, a large blue globe resembling a fruit pod rises from the middle of a lake. Through its circular window, a man holds his right hand near his partner's genitals, while the bare buttocks of another figure hover nearby. The foreground lacks a perspectival order and instead consists of several small motifs in which proportion and logic are abandoned. Bosch presents the viewer with giant ducks playing with tiny humans amid oversized fruit, fish walking on land while birds swim in the water, a passionate couple enclosed in an amniotic fluid bubble, and a man inside a red fruit staring at a mouse in a transparent cylinder. In the central circular pool there are numerous females adorned with peacocks and fruit. The women are encircled by a procession of naked men mounted on horses, donkeys, unicorns, camels, and other exotic or mythical creatures. Some men perform acrobatics while riding, seemingly to gain the attention of the females and emphasizing the attraction felt between the two sexes in groups. The two outer pools also feature both men and women reveling unrestrainedly. Birds fill the water while winged fish move on land. Humans inhabit enormous shells, and both animals and humans indulge in strawberries and cherries growing on oversized fruit pods and eggshells. In the distant background, amidst the surreal stone formations, four groups of beings are depicted in flight. On the left side, a man rides on a solar eagle-lion hybrid, while holding a triple-branched tree of life, with a bird perched on it, which is interpreted as a symbolic bird of death. To the right of the man, a knight with a dolphin tail is shown riding on a winged fish, while his tail curls back to touch his head, which represents the symbol of eternity. On the immediate right of the panel, a winged youth is shown soaring upward with a fish in his hands and a falcon on his back. Right panel. The final panel portrays hell, a recurring theme in Bosch's artwork. The painting portrays a world where humans have given in to temptation, resulting in eternal damnation. The tone of the piece is strikingly different from the previous panels. It is set at night, and the natural beauty that was present in earlier sections is noticeably absent, in contrast to the warm and inviting central panel. The right panel is chilling in its cold color scheme and frozen waterways, presenting a scene of cruel torture and retribution. The densely detailed scene presents cities ablaze in the background, torture chambers, infernal taverns, and demons in the midground, and mutated animals feeding on human flesh in the foreground. The nudity of the human figures is stripped of any eroticism, with many attempting to cover their genitalia and breasts with their hands, consumed by shame. The tree man serves as the main focus of the panel, with his hollowed-out torso supported by twisted arms or decaying tree trunks. Atop his head is a disc adorned with demons and victims, parading around a set of bagpipes that resemble human genitalia. The tree man's body is made up of a shattered eggshell, while the trunk supporting him bears sharp branches that pierce his fragile frame. Climbing a ladder into the central cavity of the tree man, a gray figure with an arrow wedged between his buttocks leads to a tavern-like setting where naked men gather. The tree man's conspiratorial expression exudes a mix of wistfulness and resignation as he gazes beyond the viewer. In the panel, animals are depicted as punishing humans for their sins, matching the torment to the scene in a nightmarish and symbolic way. The centerpiece of the panel is a gigantic bird-headed monster feasting on human corpses while sitting on an object that resembles a toilet or a throne. He excretes the corpses through a cavity below him into a transparent chamber pot. To the left of the monster, a hare-headed demon stands next to a group of naked persons around a toppled gambling table who are being massacred with swords and knives. Overall, the three panels of the Garden of Earthly Delights tell a story that progresses from the creation of the world to the pleasures and dangers of earthly life, to the consequences of sin in the afterlife. The triptych format allows the viewer to experience this narrative in a dynamic and immersive way, and the rich detail and symbolism of each panel invite multiple interpretations and deeper reflection. The interpretation of the overall message and themes of the Garden of Earthly Delights by Bosch is a matter of ongoing debate and discussion among scholars and art historians. The painting is incredibly complex and multifaceted, with many different elements and symbols that can be interpreted in a variety of ways. One of the most commonly held interpretations of the painting is that it serves as a warning against giving in to earthly desires and the temptation to sin. The various scenes of debauchery and suffering in the right panel can be seen as a cautionary tale about the dangers of indulging in one's baser instincts. Others have interpreted the painting as a celebration of human desire and sexuality, particularly in the central panel's depiction of the garden. The lush, colorful scene may be seen as a joyous celebration of the pleasures of life. The painting's focus on birth, life, and death may be interpreted as a symbolic exploration of the cycle of life and the transience of human existence. The central leg, with a figure seated inside of it, has been interpreted as a symbol of rebirth and regeneration. Some have interpreted the painting as an allegory for the human condition, with the central panel representing life on earth and the right panel representing the afterlife. The painting can be seen as a meditation on the fleeting nature of life and the inevitability of death. The Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch is one of the most famous and enduring works of art from the Renaissance period. Its complex and mysterious imagery has fascinated viewers for centuries, and its influence can be seen in a wide range of art and cultural expressions. One of the most significant aspects of the painting's legacy is its influence on the development of surrealism and other avant-garde art movements of the 20th century. The dreamlike, otherworldly quality of the painting's imagery and the way it behaves together seemingly disparate elements have inspired countless artists and writers in the years since its creation. The painting has also been the subject of numerous critical studies and interpretations, and it continues to generate debate and discussion among scholars and art historians. Its message and meaning remain open to interpretation, and new insights and theories continue to emerge about its significance. The Garden of Earthly Delights is a masterpiece of Renaissance art that continues to capture the imagination and inspire new generations of artists and thinkers. Its enduring legacy is a testament to the power of art to transcend time and place and to speak to the human experience in profound and meaningful ways. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing content.